Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, to the world beyond magic and miracles, which feels especially magical today. It's so beautiful here. And just as the broadcast was about to begin, this very large lizard came right up to me, looked up at me, turned his head sideways, and then started doing push ups. So that was the beginning from this end. So, welcome. Oh my goodness. There's just so much swirling around here, all the way out through and past the outer reaches of the universe, as every day actually that goes by is flooded with more and more brilliance and magic and beautiful support and encouragement from the masters. And those beings that have been around to look after us, both physically and unseen, since we were born and beyond. But as we're in human form right now, as well as out there, it's just magical to be here on planet Earth. And what I'm so excited about is the knowing that as each and every one of us continues to see the future, this glorious future, and it becomes so often instantaneously, as the creativity of mankind, as Simeon just said on Saturday, just continues to expand and grow. And I have this experience daily. There's so much to appreciate in the physical world, in this part of the world. And I keep seeing it for the entire planet, just the beauty, the lushness, the trees, the flowers. And there's this really lovely energy in this part of the world. It's calm, calmer than where I came from up in the San Francisco Bay Area. You almost feel like you're in an island here. We kind of are on an island, with the ocean on one side, the mountains on the other, and open space to our north, and again where the ocean meets the mountains to the south. It's very unique here. And every moment of every day, there's always something else I'm appreciating. Whether it's the kindness of another person, whether it's the beauty, the physical beauty, whether it's this incredible temperature that's just about perfect. And it's so fun when you can just, through this in the simplest way, maybe cancel something out in someone's day. Like this morning, on this day I usually stop at the Albertsons where I live to get a cup of coffee and flowers. And it just so happened the two girls behind the counter today were my favorites. They're fabulous. They've always got smiles. They just have the sweetest energy, sweetest hearts. They care about people. And as I'm sitting there waiting to or I've just received my coffee, and she wishes the woman next to me a beautiful day or something to that effect. And the woman just came back with a remark that was so not receiving of her beautiful delivery, that as the woman left, the girl behind the counter had a little bit of a difficult moment. And apparently she says she deals with it quite a bit. If someone's having a bad day, she says, we get all their bad days. So I just threw her some sparkles, told her again how much I appreciated her, with completely with the intention of just removing anything that was not happy or joyful out of her world as I went on my merry way. But it's so simple to treat one another with kindness. And it's just so simple. I love the simplicity of life. I love how the magic keeps turning up. Even in doing the invitations for these broadcasts, the way the photographs turn up, the way the words pop off the page, it's all magic. I had so many years being trained and thinking I had to think of things, figure things out, use my brain in a way that was hard work, and there was always doubt about whether it was good enough. And it's so much easier now, just living in the world of magic and miracles and following your signal. I was saying to David last night, I got a signal to share one of his books with someone that sings at the hotel every week. And even when I go to have a conversation with him about this, it's so interesting to see the brain come in, because it immediately wants to tell you why, how, at least mine does. And I don't know why. I just know that I heard this gentleman's mother had just died, and I wanted to do something for him. I don't know him. I mean, besides seeing him occasionally, but I feel his heart. And even on the night that I knew he was in distress, he was still out there belting his voice, the biggest smile on his face, entertaining. But you could see his heart coming through. And again, even that evening, I wanted to do something or say something, and nothing came to me until a couple of days later, when I got the clear signal that I should give him David's book. I should have David sign it for him. Out of nowhere. The beauty of your life being directed by your signal, by your following your spirit and doing what you're impelled to do, irregardless of the fact that your mind will want to get in there and do its thing. But I must say, I've gotten better at telling it to take a hike, although it still comes in. It still comes in. One of the biggest things that keeps coming in is the shoulds. As I'm having a day off yesterday and having a hard time relaxing and doing nothing because of the shoulds that just keep coming in. It's just endlessly fascinating to watch. But that's just it. If the more we watch, the more we see, we can just smile and relax and let everything go. And feel the beauty of this life. I see myself in a warm body temperature pool. It's looking out over the ocean down below with a gentle breeze and trees around. That relaxed feeling. There's nothing to do. That's when I feel at home. There is, of course, always the fun of excitement too. The bubbling up when something amazing happens. When you're bursting because you want to share a brilliant experience that you just had. But it all swirls around in this absolutely beautiful dance of life. And then we celebrate. We celebrate everything. And I love celebrating completes what you've just celebrated. And then you can go on and do something new and have a new experience. And you don't have to do the same thing all over again. I just love that. The feeling of that. It feels so natural, and yet there's this interesting resistance. Like somehow being happy and relaxed is not okay. It's very funny. I've come a long way. But I just want to encourage each and every one watching, listening, somehow receiving this transmission. I just want to encourage you all to bathe in the brilliance of the sparkles and the magic that surround us, that's continually growing. From that place, humanity drops away those things that never belonged. And only kindness, generosity of heart, caring, laughter, freedom to be, exist as it's always been meant to be, here on planet Earth and everywhere. As I hear the wind it's always such a gentle reminder that brings me back to this place. I could just sit and listen to it. It brings me immediately back to the tall pine trees that I grew up with as a child, that I've hiked up to here just behind me in these mountains. And there's that special sound that the wind makes as it blows through the pine trees. This feeling that's so easy to access in nature is growing, and my vision as this lovely breeze comes up is that the ease in which this feeling comes to all of us is just more and more accessible, just keeps growing no matter where we are, no matter what the circumstances. Because then the magic has even more fun. There's even more dancing sparkles and smiles and giggles of little children. So revel in the beauty of your world, of this world, of the world that we're creating every moment as we lift one another to greater and greater heights of excitement and joy, brilliance, as more and more everyone's gifts and abilities are revealed to themselves as well as to the rest of us. I almost want to wish you a Merry Christmas. It feels like Christmas. I just feel the gifts coming every which way. They're not going to stop. So on that note, I want to send out to you all my biggest embrace as I wish each and every one of you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magnificently magic future. Thank you.